What's good, YouTube fight fans all over the world? It's your boy Real Talk Boxing, and I'm back at you again, man. I'm sitting here on Boxing News 24, and I'm reading this article about Tyson Fury complaining big time about his inactivity. So this is like new to me because I haven't heard Tyson Fury complaining about being inactive. I haven't heard about Tyson Fury talking about any of this, but just because I hadn't heard it doesn't mean it's not true. But anyway, let me read you something. Tyson Fury is belly aching about being inactive since last year, and he's saying it's not a good idea to be going into his super fight with Anthony Joshua with him being out of the ring for so long. Have y'all heard this? Fury says he will be fighting 2 times in 2021, and get this, he doesn't care who it is. The way Fury is making a big deal about inactivity, he seems to be hinting that he's not eager to share the ring with IBF, WBA, WBO heavyweight champion Joshua. The closer the Joshua fight gets, the more Fury is sounding like a guy that doesn't fancy it and is looking to squirm his way out. If Fury doesn't feel like he's ready to face AJ, he needs to speak up already and let Top Rank and Matchroom know that he wants more time to prepare. Really. Rather than complaining about his inactivity, Fury should tell them straight that he doesn't want the fight with Fury just yet. It wouldn't be an issue with Fury's activity if he had made the fight with Deontay Wilder in the first quarter of 2021. But no, Fury says he doesn't want to fight Wilder anymore. All right. And this was by some guy named Charles Byrne. All right. Like I said, I haven't heard any of this, but I haven't really been looking for any new news on Tyson Fury. I just ran across this today, and I just haven't heard Tyson Fury saying these things. But let's just say that this is true, what Mr. Charles Byrne is saying. If he's complaining about inactivity and going into the mega fight with Anthony Joshua, inactivity would play a big factor. If he actually said this, inactivity is something that you really don't want going into a super fight, if this is true. But nevertheless, you should still fight. Because if Tyson Fury is saying these things, these guys have been talking about this fight, probably making arrangements for this fight before Joshua even stepped in against Pulev. So to me, this guy stating that all this belly aching seems like he doesn't want to fight. Tyson Fury's wanted this fight since day one. Since day one. And yes, should he have fought Deontay Wilder, then the inactivity wouldn't have really been a huge issue. But it takes time to make these types of fights. Okay? So, and then he stated, if you would have made the fight with Deontay Wilder, well, guess what? He tried to make the fight with Deontay. You remember when Deontay was under a rock? He wasn't saying a word. He recited a poem in the forest and made a twerk video, but he wasn't talking about Tyson Fury. All he stated was, your king will return. I will get what was stolen from me. I was cheated out of my WBC. In the beginning, Deontay Wilder wasn't saying a word. It wasn't until they started making huge moves on this Tyson Fury AJ fight is when Deontay Wilder decided to crawl out from underneath that rock and start bumping his gums. Talking about, oh, he needs to fight me. He needs to honor his word. Well, guess what, man? It's expired, bro. I mean, you waited too long. All you want to do is throw a wrench in the super fight. And not only that, I'm going to throw a wrench unless you guys pay me. Remember the mediation? You remember the mediation? It wasn't about a fight, a third fight. It was about the money, as far as I'm concerned, and as far as what I know. So, Charles Byrne, you can't say that if you would have made the fight. And then on top of that, Deontay just drug Tyson Fury's name through the mud. Through the mud. Accusations, excuses, lies, basically. And then you want to talk about the man's culture. Gypsies are known cheaters. They look to cheat. Always. And it's frowned upon if they don't cheat. Deontay said that. So I don't blame Tyson Fury for not wanting to give him any type of helping hand to provide. You know what I'm saying? To get him that bag. Me, honestly, if I was Tyson Fury, I would have got right in the ring with him, bashed him up, sent him on his way. That way we ain't got to never hear from him again. Never hear from him again. But he decided not to do that. And I can't blame him for that. We're talking about AJ. We're talking about a mega fight. We're talking about cash, money, baby, cash, money, lunch, money all day, every day. So it really doesn't make sense that this guy's talking about, Tyson Fury is belly aching about inactivity. Yeah, it's been a year. Of course, it's been a year. A year is a long time to have off. And it is reported that Tyson Fury is gaining a little bit of weight, man. Gaining a little bit of weight back. But that happens. It happens. But honestly, I haven't heard for myself personally Tyson Fury belly aching, so to speak, about his inactivity. I think he wants this fight with AJ. I don't think he has a problem stepping into the ring with AJ. But if this is true, somebody comment down below and let me know. Have you heard it factually? Because honestly, I haven't heard it. But then again, I haven't been looking. There's a lot of things that goes on with this whole Tyson Fury, AJ. And you can't talk about those two without throwing Deontay in the mix. He's the wrench. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to stop the train from rolling, so to speak. But I don't know, man. I mean, this news right here, I don't understand it. If it's true, I don't understand it. But if it is true, Tyson, I don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Get in there, make a fight, get your money. We're talking about the top two heavyweights out there, man. This fight has to be made. And I don't know when it's going to be. I'm just praying and hoping it's going to be this freaking year, man. Come on. Let's do this. Never mind my opinion. Or all this jazz I'm talking, man. I want to know yours. Comment down below, man. Comment down below. And that's your boy, Real Talk. No, as always, respect all, fear none. God bless. Till the next time, Real Talk Boxing. We up. We out of here, baby.